Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bedomy and this is Neon White, a first-person puzzle platformer developed by Angel Matrix and published by Annapurna Interactive, whom you might know as the publishers behind Gone Home, Kentucky Route Zero, and What Remains of Edith Finch. As you might be aware, Annapurna Interactive is very well versed in indie publishing, but so far I rarely played any of their games. They just never clicked with me personally. And that might be because most of the games I listed right now were, by some extension, walking simulators. They had a good story and everything, but the gameplay was rather minimalistic, all things considered. It was just walk around and find out the story for yourself, or interact with other characters and learn a bit more about them. So I generally wasn't very interested in the gameplay, or in the games as such. So this came as a surprise for me when I saw a playthrough of Neon White on YouTube, and yeah, I kind of gave in and decided to try the game out. So I'm not very good with speedrunning games, but this game really seemed like a fun experience, and I'm glad that assumption was correct, because this is a fun title. You're not just a random masked lunatic with a gun in his hand and other mysterious abilities. You're a masked maniac with a gun in his hand and magical abilities that has to run fast and finish every mission as quickly as possible. So that kind of adds up to the charm of the game. You have to replay every level you have to replay every level as many times as you want to, because you really want to go and get this quickest running speed, or you want to finish every level as quickly as possible, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'll show you what I mean by that momentarily, but first things first, let's take a look at the options menu. And as you can see, this is the options menu. The field of view and language for general, adjust sensitivity and invert y-axis for controller and the mouse sensitivity, and also rewindable keys. Pretty minimalistic, but it's nicely done. I'll give the studio that. They didn't bind multiple actions to a single key binding like Arkham Asylum or any other Batman Arkham game. And yeah, I cannot stress enough that binding multiple abilities to a single key is very counterproductive, especially in a quick-paced combat-oriented or shooter or running-oriented game type of a game. It leads to a lot of frustrations when the specific thing you want to do is overtaken by a different action. For example, you want to jump, but you're next to an interactable object, and your character goes in and interacts with the object instead of jumping over it. Just quick observation on my part. I'm honestly glad that Angel Matrix did this, created this game for the PC with minimalistic. Well, I'm not sure if they created the game for the PC first or for the Nintendo Switch, which came first, but I'm glad that the PC port doesn't suffer because of the Nintendo console. Every action is bound to a separate key, which is always good, and the default settings are nicely thought out, and I didn't have to rebind anything, which I'm grateful for. As for the audio, you can adjust the master volume, music volume, and sound volume. And for the video settings, well, you can adjust the resolution, screen mode, and adjust the frame rate limit, as well as VSync and anti-aliasing. And there's also ambient occlusion and shadows. But yeah, there is the options menu is minimalistic, to say the least. But to be fair, this game is a very stylistic experience, if I do say so myself. It's not taxing on the PC, on your graphics card, but you cannot run it on a potato PC, unfortunately. I'm just gonna go into the gameplay and show you what I mean quickly, but yeah. You might be turned off by the visual art style because it really does take inspiration from Japanese animation, such as I really hate to say this, but Hero Academia. It kind of draws my thoughts to that garbage of a show. And it doesn't help that the head writer for this game is the person behind the OK KO Let's Be Heroes animated show, which is honestly an even worse version of My Hero Academia if I ever saw one. And I dropped that show fairly quickly. But anyway, what is the basic premise of Neon White? And well, if the title of the hub area is anything to go by, you are dead. You're playing a dead man, basically, and your job is to clean up heaven from the demonic invasion that occurred. If you do your job very well, you will be rewarded with the #1 ranked among neons, and you'll be allowed to stay in heaven for a foreseeable future. After that, you will have to fight other neons again when the demons show up again, and the whole cycle will repeat several times. Excuse me. Well, that's the basic premise of it. You're a heavenly assassin who is tasked with cleaning up heaven, and you're supposed to do it as quickly as possible. And while you're not running around and killing demons, you're walking around heaven and interacting with other characters. As you can see, there is quite a number of characters, but the only ones you have to be the only ones worth talking to are the guys in Heaven's Central Authority, the colored mask characters, and the purple cat here. These are so far the only interesting characters you can talk to that give you some background story or give you side missions. Personally, I prefer talking to the cats because at the very least they're entertaining. My quote-unquote former life friends are either an idiot, a murder-obsessed trap of a... well, not trap, that's legally speaking trap. Okay, that's just it sounds worse. And your possible ex or current girlfriend, I have no idea, and murder happy bunny girl. Wow. Apologies, apologies people, I'm still sick, so I will be coughing on occasion, and when that happens, I do apologize. So yeah, as I said, this game was written by the person behind the KO Let's Be Heroes, so I genuinely didn't expect much when it comes to character development and character likability, and I was right. So far, the only characters I really did enjoy are the cats, the three of them, these three cats. That's the only positive thing I can say about the characters. I really don't like any of these other characters. Granted, the blue and grey cat are so far have zero to no personality behind them, so I didn't have much of a conversation with them. But for the rest of the characters, I genuinely want to stab them or slice them or brutalize them in any imaginable way, shape, or form, and then spit on their graves when I'm done. But unfortunately, they are important for the plot, so I kind of have to talk to them with whenever the opportunity presents itself. And I'll do so later down the line, but first I'll show you the main gameplay loop of the game itself. So as you can see, visually speaking, the backgrounds for the world are fantastic. The character designs as well, they are nicely drawn. I really do enjoy the designs of the characters aesthetically speaking. I'm happy to look at them, but whenever they talk, I want to strangle them. Even when they're not voiced, the voice acting is pretty good as well. Every character's voice matches their appearance and everything, but the character writing is and personalities are something I really don't like about the game. That's to put it mildly. So I will try to avoid spoilers since as you can see, I'm only 5 chapters into the game and I have no idea how far away from the ending I am. So in order to avoid spoilers, I'll just replay a couple of older missions and just give you a basic rundown of how the games work. So as you can see, the basic premise of the game is, as I said, run around, kill every demon you see in the area, and try to finish off the levels as quickly as possible without dying. And also, this is just a word of advice on my end, try to avoid jumping when you run around. It will put you in a temporary state of floating, which can be a blessing in disguise depending on your own personal preference. But the longer you are in the air, the slower you are. As you can see, this is not doing me any favors. And I have to be careful about my positioning as well. But okay, since I've been reattempting this a couple of times, I'm just gonna slow down and just let you enjoy the visual presentation of the game. As you can see, the maps are pretty, I won't say they're bland, they're pretty basic, but they do get the idea across. As you can see, they're simple whites and with occasional green or blue that emphasizes the characters and your opponents you're supposed to defeat. So since you're a demon hunter, you have to kill demons invading the area. And yeah, as you can see, I am currently just running around. Just running around and exploring a bit. As you probably noticed, I'm running behind myself just in order to get the magical cards that I need. As I run through the level, I can open up boarded doors and other obstacles such as wooden surfaces as well as glass surfaces with these ability cards that I collect. And then, depending on where I am, I can either restart the level because I put myself into a stupid position, or I can try to explore the level a bit more in order to find a hidden gift that I can give to a friend of mine in the overworld. As you saw, this was a glass surface that breaks after a couple of seconds, or it can be shot through it with a gun or other abilities. And the same goes, something similar could be said about the wooden surfaces as well. They cannot be destroyed with regular attacks, but you can use your card's special abilities in order to destroy or utilize your other... Oh! Bollocks! Or utilize your other abilities in order to... Damn it! Or utilize your other abilities in order to get to the end of the level as quickly as possible. And that's the whole premise of the game. Just collect ability cards as quickly as possible. and try to not to get killed by the demons in the area. As you saw, I just screwed up that one, but I can quickly restart the level and try to do something again without too much trouble. But I have to be careful about my usage of abilities, otherwise I'm gonna get killed fairly quickly. Depending on where I move and how I position myself, I can mess up my run pretty badly, as you just saw. I managed to do it. I managed to do my intention only once. Yes, I might be able to do it. Yes! Yes! Yeah, sorry, but yeah, that's the basic premise of the game. Run around the level as quickly as possible and finish the level as quickly as possible without taking damage or any major slip-ups that could slow you down. And yeah, if you get shot too many times, you die and you have to restart the level. But otherwise, you have to run through every level and locate the magical attack cards, which will grant you the attack abilities or movement abilities. Well, they grant you both, but you have to consider your options carefully. Do you want to sacrifice your attack potential for a quick? Actually, let's go to someone else's side quest. Yeah, let's go with that one. As you can see, whoa, damn it! As you can see, I have to be careful and consider when and where to use my abilities. Do I sacrifice both? Damn it! Do I sacrifice the attacking potential of a pistol for a higher jump, or do I sacrifice my long-range sniper for the ability to dash throughout the area without taking damage? These are questions you have to ask yourself all the time, and depending on the level, you can also question yourself when would be the proper time to actually use specific abilities. As you can see, I'm currently avoiding the spike traps in order to just jump throughout the area and get the crystal that I needed. But yeah, you have to carefully navigate through each and every area and avoid traps, avoid enemy attacks, and kill the enemies. And you also have to consider your positioning carefully. As you can see, these are the characters you will be interacting with throughout the story, and some of them will give you special challenges in the form of side quests or specific dialogues. As you can see, Neon Yellow, I'm interacted with him the most so far, so I unlocked quite a bit of his side quests, conversations, and some memories we had together. And that goes for every major character you know and you've met so far. So yeah, that's about the basic premise of the game. You either run around fight demons, or you hang around the Heaven Central Hub and interact with your former teammates.
You don't have to talk if you don't want to.
And also, depending on how many gifts you have, you can exchange them for another side mission or another conversation. But as I said, if they weren't story related, I wouldn't be doing these side missions or conversations if I could avoid them. I genuinely despise the. I really hated the writing behind KO Let's Be Heroes, so yeah, I'd rather avoid. Avoid the conversations if I can. I just really don't like the characters in the game. So let's see, can I finish this level in the first try? Yeah, looks like it. Yes! It took me a little bit longer than I expected, but I did manage to unlock the insight token, which will give me half the bar I need to unlock the next conversation. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole game. You either run around and kill things and explore the levels and learn about the levels themselves. So let's actually go into another level just to... Okay, no, that's... Actually, yeah, let's actually do this. I think I didn't collect the present here, so I can show you a bit of a level collection. As you can see, every character and ability is unique, so you have to be careful about your movement and your abilities. Oh boy, no. And the enemies do vary in shapes and sizes, as you can already see. I'm currently fighting off... Oh, damn it. I can kill off these smaller enemies with a couple of well-placed shots, while the rest of them I kind of have to be intelligent and try to get rid of them before they can kill me. Now, let's see, where is that present? Ah, boy. Should have saved up some of my abilities in order to get up there. Oh man. Yeah, well. Let's see, I have to be careful about this. Okay, can I make it? Yes. Oh, I managed to save it. But yes, as you can see, I have to carefully consider my movements and my abilities before I do anything. As you just saw, the basic idea of the game is to be quick. Oh, come on! No! Oh my god, no! I almost had it. But yeah, as you can see, this is the game in all its glory. Consider your movement and abilities carefully, and then try to try to get to the end of the level or locate the present as quickly as possible before you run out of your magical abilities and you have to restart the whole thing. Come on, no! Oh no! But yeah, that's the whole game. The levels are small by design, and you have to carefully consider your movement, your abilities, and when to use them. And consider the surfaces you're using as well, carefully, as you saw. I get a small boost of speed when I'm running on water, but if I'm not careful, I can and will lose most of my... Yes! Got it! I will lose most of my abilities and will have to restart the level as quickly as possible. So yeah, that's the whole gameplay loop, as you can see. You have to carefully consider your consider your positioning, consider your movement, consider everything. And then if you screw up, you have to restart the level all over again and hope for, well, not hope for the best, but you have to be smarter about it later down the line. As you saw, I am currently trying to get to the end of the level as quickly as possible in order to get a... Damn it! To get a quicker record. And yeah, depending on how I position myself, how I moved, and how I use my abilities, I'm rewarded with a quicker... Oh, bollocks. Bollocks! No! Oh, actually a bit didn't manage to get my time down a bit. But yeah, that's the whole game in a nutshell. You're not gonna come here for the story nor the characters. You're more than likely to just ignore them, let's be honest. But the gameplay, the main gameplay loop of Neon White is very fun. You're given small levels that you have to learn and master if you want to excel at them. And you're also incentivized to explore them a bit more in order to find these gifts, which will potentially unlock additional, more challenging levels for you, or just give you access to important story bits to reveal the history behind Neon White, your playable character, and the rest of his friends, if we could call them that. I mean, there's nothing else to do. You cannot, you can exchange some of your... You can get rewarded if you rank up high enough after every chapter and exchange your Heavenly Delight tickets.
Delight kiosk. Would you like to redeem a ticket? You have this many.
Yeah. As you can see, you can collect tickets by leveling up quickly as quickly as possible, and then exchange them for small story missions and possibly a stronger weapon at the end. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to Neon White. You can explore heaven and get some visual novel styled story cutscenes, or you can just run around and try to beat your own time or your friend's time on global rankings. And yeah, for all it's worth, I would recommend that you buy this game when you have the chance. I wouldn't pay full price for it, to be honest. I'd pay for it. I will pay for it when it's on discount or something. But yeah, I'm currently playing this off of my friend's account, so that's why I'm offline. If anyone's wondering, I didn't want to mess the guy's ratings, so we're playing this offline. And yeah, I would recommend that you buy this game on sale when you see it. It's a very fun shooter and a very challenging platformer. And yeah, story-wise, I would tell you to pass it up, but gameplay itself is more than makes up for it. So yeah, that's about it for me. Guys, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Bedomy, and I'll see you next time. Good night.